Okay, we've been in this series for, 4 or 5 weeks now called Humans. And I want to look at a human encounter between two guys. One guy he starts following Jesus, and his name is Philip. And I want you to see the encounter he has with somebody who doesn't know Jesus yet at all. His name's Nathaniel. So if you got a Bible, go to John chapter 1, and I'm going to look at the three things that we kind of see in this passage. And we'll just do a Bible study together. I think it's going to be fun. John chapter 1. Verse 43. The next day, Jesus decided to leave for Galilee. Finding Philip, he said to him, "Follow me." Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida. Philip, watch this. He wanted to find someone. He's like, Jesus found me. I'm going to go find someone else. Now, this is evangelism. Philip is an evangelist. He found Nathanael and told him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." Nazareth. Watch Nathaniel. This is what you're going to see about him. Nathaniel he's a cynic. He's cynical. He's just got that cynical kind of attitude. I mean, he is just not totally open. And watch what he says. He goes, "Nazareth? Can anything good come from there? What good could come out? Why would I want to go meet this guy if he's from Nazareth? What's going to make him so special?" And I'm going to tell you, in your life, you've got some people that are cynical about church. They're cynical about the Bible. They're cynical about the things of God. You talk about Jesus, they're going to be cynical. How do you deal with people that it just feels like, they're a little bit cynical? Well, let me tell you how you deal with them, and we're going to keep moving John 1. Always check the door. If the door is closed, you check that door and it's closed. This is what we do at New Life Church. We respect closed doors. Being an evangelist doesn't mean I just go kick down every door and I throw a grenade in there and blow it up and tell them they're all going to hell. If the door is closed, this is what I say. I'm going to respect the closed doors, and I'm going to keep praying for your life. Sometimes the door is wide open. Like it may have been closed for a while. They were cynical for a while. But man, I'm in a conversation, and for the first time, it just feels like they're wide open to God. This is what I say. Do everything you can in an open door. I mean, go as far as you can with the conversation. Many times when I sense that a door is open, I end up praying the prayer of salvation with somebody. I get to pray with somebody, lead somebody. I see them move spiritually. What do you do if the door is just cracked? And he's like, "Hey, we found the Jesus of Nazareth. Can anything good come from Nazareth?" You're like, "I don't know if it's closed. It might be cracked." Here's what Philip does. I want you to write it down, never forget it. He says, "Come and see." That's all he says. He didn't try to convert him. This is what he just said, "Well, why don't you just come and see who Jesus is, and come and see what he is doing." Sounds a lot like the book of Psalms when it says, "Taste and see that the Lord is good." Maybe Philip had that in his head a little bit. He's like, "You know what? I don't have to do all the work that I know or share everything I know. Why don't you just come and get around this man, Jesus?" So that's the first thing you see in this passage. Come and see. When you have people in your family, people in your work, that's what you can just say. "Hey, come and see. Come to my life group. We're eating barbecue tonight." Or come and see. Come to an Easter service. Come to candlelight. Come to a weekend service. We're finishing up Humans. Why don't you just come and see and tell me what you think about the church that I attend? Come and see. Now watch what happens when Nathanael says yes to an invitation. Watch what happens. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, this is what happens. You come and see, and Jesus is coming for you. He said to him, "Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." Jesus was speaking something positive that was in his character and in his life. He's like, man, this is one guy that doesn't lie. He is one guy that doesn't deceive people. Here is a guy that is trying to live right. And watch verse 48. Nathaniel's still a little bit cynical. "How do you know me?" How do you know me? You know how Jesus knows him? Because Jesus knows everything about every person on this earth. He can't get his eyes off of us. He's not mad at you. He's mad about you. Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you." He's like, "What?" He's like, "I saw you while you were under the fig tree before Philip called you." Watch this. Then Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." When he realized that the God of this universe noticed him and saw him, it wasn't that it was just spooky and supernatural. It was like, why would God be paying attention to me? There is something that happens when we know God's paying attention to us, because attention and love, they walk hand in hand. Whoever gives you attention is who really loves you. I want you to know this for your own soul today, okay? You can know this about other people. You can say this: God notices you. You may be doing tons of work around the house and it feels like nobody notices the dishes that I clean, the clothes that I wash, and all this stuff that I do. They don't notice that I'm taking the kids to school twice a day. I'm picking them up. They don't notice that. They don't notice. God has never missed anything about you. The number of your hairs have been counted. When you lost some down the drain, he saw them leave. He sees it when you had a bad haircut. He's like, what are they doing? I still notice it. Every word you've ever spoken, he's heard it. Every thought, every tear, he's caught it. He's seen every breath and every moment of his life, because love, the type of love God has, that everlasting, abounding love, he can't keep his eyes off of you. He notices every detail going on in your life right now, just like he did Nathaniel. He sees what's happening in your day today. How your morning's going right now. Nathanael declared, Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel. Verse 50, Jesus said, you believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You will see greater things than that. There's greater things going to happen in your life than this God of this universe noticing you. You're going to see some supernatural things. Now listen to me. When you get done with this, I want you to flip back to Genesis 28, and I want you to read the story that is the parallel story right there. He then added, very truly I tell you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man. All right, hang with me, and you're going to want a pen and paper. There's a couple of notes that you're going to want to take, okay? In the Genesis 28, Jacob goes to sleep, and he has a heavenly dream. And in his dream, he sees a stairway going up to heaven. And on this stairway, angels were descending to earth and touching earth and ascending back up that stairway to heaven. This is that parallel. And then the Lord spoke from heaven into Jacob during that dream. This is what Jesus was saying. He was saying, I am that ladder. I am that stairway. How does supernatural things happen from heaven to earth? And how does supernatural things happen from earth that touch heaven? It happens through Jesus. Now, in Nathaniel's life, he had been doing exactly what I do a lot of times in my life. When I first started being convicted to try to serve God in my life, I thought, well, how do I get to God? I'm not close to Him. So I need to do some things that cause me to get closer to God. So I remember in my mind, we do this because all of us are born to be religious, but God's created us to have a relationship with Him. In my flesh, I am religious. I can come up with a religious plan. In my spirit, I want to have a relationship with God. But in my mind, that's what I did. I started building a stairway. I'm going, okay, I need to get close to God. God's way up here. Marcus is way down here. What do? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stop cussing so much. All right? No more. Just I'm only going to cuss when it's necessary. All right? Then I need to start serving. And I decided I was going to serve in the nursery. Serving in nursery. All right? So that's the second thing I was going to do. And then the third thing, I thought, well, to get real close to God, I'm going to start tithing. That's what I'm going to start doing. And so, man, I started doing good. So I was like, I'm cussing at a minimum, you know. And then I started serving in the nursery, and I started giving my money. And then I was in the nursery, and the kids got mad at me, and I started cussing. And I just felt like I was going up these stairs and down these stairs. And what Jesus is saying is, I'm the stair. I'm the way that you get close to God. It's me. That's what Jesus told Nathaniel. The supernatural things, you can't earn it. You can't go up those stairs and get close to God. Everything, the supernatural things that come from heaven to earth and earth to heaven happen through Jesus Christ. And it can happen for you today. God bless. Go have a great day.